everything.
Aren't you one for right. I actually gotta go mod a chat. Well, alright, Toriel, but I would recommend you staying and checking stick to the channel and watching, learning how to play a little bit. But if you show up tomorrow, otherwise I need to work with you a little bit before we start the stream. It kind of helps to do it a day or two before the stream, if not tomorrow. Would really help me at least learn your class so it runs really smoothly. It's not as easy as just you kind of hopping in. I need to kind of know your class a little bit too, so I know how when you say you're doing this spell, I know what it does, and if I can have that down. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, come closer, come closer. Let us re-enter our adventure, our kingdom's quest. All right. So we zoom into the continent of Fanda. We're zooming into the continent of Othios, just east of the Dracovian territory. Okay, now we're zooming into the dungeon where we last left off. Our adventurers, babe. We last left off our adventurers. We fought a babe, please. We last left and we fought a spectator, a five-eyed being that was protecting the wizard's quarters after we were able to try and get in through these locked doors. After the fight went to a crazy conclusion, Max being paralyzed, Gothix jumping on top of the spectator, being thrown to the ground, knocked prone. All of a sudden, a confusion ray hits Blue, and he is forced to attack his friends and allies, being confused, seeing enemy all around him. After taking a deep shot into Pro Gamer Guns' back, he proceeds to attack Pyro Cowgirl with a flash of her fire shield and a burst of her chromatic orb. She was able to finish off the spectator, ending the spell that confused Blue Knight and paralyzed Maxamillios. Okay. Alright, guys. Again, as everybody settles down from the fight, you hear another gush of what sounds like a booming, whooshing sound to the north of you. As everybody, you see the dead spectator's body in front of you, slumped over, his eye stalks kind of wilting, facing towards the ground. Alright? So where we last left off, you see a green brazier, a flame holding what seems to be this golden saucer, holding a green flame in the middle of this room, Gothix, as you stand up and dust yourself off. you see this green flame illuminating the rest of the room. As you look around you, Gothics, you see dust, you see old magical items, you see some things destroyed, scars, again, what seems to be the leftover battle of the Ogre Wars over 600 years ago, which made this cave lost to memories of man. I didn't get a hit in that whole fight. All right, everybody go ahead and roll a investigation check. All right, as everybody starts to head into the room. Everybody, Pro Gamer Guns licking her wounds, Blue kind of looking to her through his armor, feeling a little bad about the strike against her. Max, I walk up to Pro Gamer Guns, and I say, "Holy crap, Pro, we almost lost you there." And I look to Blue, and I'm like, "I know you never would do that in real life, but what the hell happened? What was that?" Skullface looking to Max, and Gothix also kind of calling out. It goes, "My lord, that was a spectator. They are a creature that is called or summoned by wizards to protect items, and this one seems to have been crazy. They only are supposed to be around for about 100 years and no more. The fact that this one was still around 600 years later means he was probably still a little crazy, something keeping him here." Alright, so give it an hour. Pro Gamer Gun's rolling a 20 on the freaking loot roll. What's your investigation, Pro? Plus what? Man. Gentlemen. As everybody kind of heads into the room, Gothix, you notice a door locked to your side. You notice this door has writing on it. Pro Gamer Guns, as you walk towards this desk, at the same time you hear what sounds like stone grinding against. Gothix, a face appears on this stone door. It comes out, mouth exposed, has no eyes, the shadows illuminating with the green flame behind it. The mouth proceeds to talk. What runs around a city but stays in place? Gothix, you look and you kind of call out to everybody, "It's a riddle." So what he said was, what runs around a city but stays in the same place, but never moves? What runs around a city but never moves? The riddle. You know the riddle? Go ahead and say it out if you know it. Reminds me of Cloverfield. The sound in the background is just the musical essence. It is a dungeon we're in. You're probably hearing creatures that are just far off to the sides. There is also a gushing sound of, we are basically deep in a dungeon inside the Sword Mountains, just east of our country, northeast. So, Bro, you had a 20. Bull, what did you have? Bull got an 11, so 12. What did you get, Gothix? Go ahead and roll, Gothix, for investigation. I will also roll 20. Rolled a 7. I rolled a 7. What did you roll, Gothics? Kind of the eerie music going on in the background there. All right, Gothic got a 16 plus your investigation got is 2, an 18. I got a, what did I get again? Crappy 7. Investigation is 0. I got 7. Okay, so pro gamer guns. As you search through search through all this junk, you kind of push things aside. Something catches your eye to the right. You see a breastplate armor. You see this armor that has silver design and a silver metal, but a gold dragon on the chest. This armor, write it down, is known as Dawn Guard. It is a +1 breastplate, has a gold dragon modified into the design, and it grants wearer advantage on saving throws against breath weapon attacks of creatures that have dragon type. Breastplate armor, I believe, is AC of 14 plus your dex to a max of 2. So you already have that, I believe. Your armor is 16, so 14 plus 2 is 16, so you could have the same armor class. Oh, but it is a +1, so it goes up to 17. Okay, let's Skullface. As you're searching around this table up here, catch a string underneath a tattered old book. You move the book aside, and you see this little trinket, what looks like a little soldier, like a Renaissance soldier, holding at attention, and or not a Renaissance soldier, but a soldier holding at attention his sword, in his hand up north, like a long sword. This is the soldier's trinket. It does not require attunement. As a bonus action, you can cast True Strike or Blade Ward twice a day. Go ahead and write down your armor. Yeah, you're gonna have to repeat that. That's fine. Okay, so armor is, its name is Dragon Guard. Dragon Guard. It makes your AC 17. Are you going to put it on right now, or are you going, because you'll have to attune to it, so it'll take 2 hours. We'll have to agree that we all take 2 hours to rest, but we kind of just got done. But it's advantage on breath attack saves against dragons. So if a dragon does a breath attack at you and you have to save against it, which you do, you roll a dex save, you have advantage on the roll. Very good piece of item. Dex save. Gothics. All right. As you're looking at the door and you take a couple of steps to think about the riddle, you look at the ground and you notice something purple on the ground. You bend over to pick it up and you find yourself a piece of chalk. It's called the Royal Purple Chalk. Here, I actually have to put have it ready. I will send it to you on Pinterest. We'll share it to you. Okay. This chalk let's see here. As everyone is searching around, right, I'm not. purple. There she is. Thought I saved. Oh, I did it to D apps. Okay. So, I will share it to you, Gothics, so you can read what it does. Basically, this chalk, Gothics, it has 20. You can write this down. It has 20 symbols that can be drawn from it. You have to have an intelligence of at least 10, which you have. You can draw 20 symbols from this chalk. When you draw a shield on someone's, you draw a shield of a symbol on a shield, it gives them a +1 to their armor. If you draw the shape of a hammer on a piece of armor, it has resistance. It gives a person resistance of bludgeoning. If you draw an arrowhead on someone's armor, it gives them resistance of piercing damage. You can do this 20 times. The chalk lasts for 24 hours on the body, but let me show you a picture here. This is what it looks like. The little purple piece of chalk. It's an uncommon wondrous item. You can draw 20 shapes. You draw a shield, a hammer, an arrowhead, or a crescent moon. You can draw the crescent moon. It gives them resistance to slashing. I can try this ride. You chugging hard. Alright, guys. So, let's get back to... Says it's good. Says it's only using 13%, 30 frames per second. At 3,000 kilobytes. You might need to check corner the gear on your stream and increase the quality, or because I believe if you have it down to 720, it might not show up very well, or you might show very laggy, because I'm sending out about 3,000 kilobytes per second. I'm trying to send out as much signal as I can so it looks pretty, but you might have to check out the what moves a Toriel Dreamer. That's good try. What is it? Worst time to call me. Worst time. Oh, I can't answer right now. I can't. I have to answer that later. This is the worst time to call me, and oh, I have to answer. About the funeral, I have to answer. Hey, Anu. Get my message.
Ah!
Yeah. That's fine. And honestly, the more time is okay. Okay? Alright. I could probably spend about 5 days. Like, yeah. Yeah, 5 to 6. 5 to 6. Honestly, it all just depends on what date the thing is, and then I will move, I will buy the tickets for that time. Like, take me a day to get there. I will buy the tickets that goes before and after. Okay, so if you can do that on April 6th, that would work better. Yeah. Yeah, I figured it's not. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Love you. Talk to you later. Okay. Alright, sorry, that was it's because my uncle has just passed and get idea of when the set that up. That was one. Okay, guys. So, Skullface, as you yell that out, the mouth starts to move again, and you can't see down the gullet of the mouth. It's stone and it's radiant, and it moves its mouth and goes, correct, and the face just kind of fades into stone, and the door slides to the side and moves open. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Great job, Skullface. Alright, so Skullface, you guys both go into the room. You see on a table in front of you a couple of more items. Skullface and Gothix, go ahead and roll an investigation check between the two of you. As I'm Max, I'm moving around. I find stone, poured a stone boulder. Out of the command word, it will grow from a 1-inch cube to a 10-foot cube, and will shrink at the command word as well, taking a minute. So it's basically a boulder, a little stone. As I reach the table, I see this square stone, perfectly symmetrical, and it's called the Porta Boulder. Blue, as he is searching around, he moves over to this table past where Skull. The amulet is already in this room. They're rolling for it right now because they got the Skullface got the riddle. Down to waiting for Gothix to roll. Alright, Gothix, I need to roll an investigation check. Cowgirl as well, as she go ahead and roll an investigation check, babe. Gothix has seemed here. Gothix. All right, so Skullface. In front of you, you see a what looks like a statuesque of a top of a kind of woman's chestal area. It is mannequin-like. On it, you see this you see this crescent moon amulet. It hangs from the necklace. It is a silver chain. The crescent moon has a bunch of little elven-like designs in the middle of it, and a green gem hanging from the top of the crescent moon. You see before you the amulet of Kalar. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. Roll for Arcana. The amulet of Kalar was behind the riddle. That was the thing of it. It was kind of like who rolled out of the people who kind of were closest going in there who find it first. You have found the best item in the room. The Dragon Guard breastplate gives you a 17 C with a advantage against dragon breath attacks. That is pretty nifty. Kind of a silver chest plate with a dragon called Dragon Guard. I found a little square ball or square that changed shape. Others rolled a 3. Well, you know it's an amulet of Kalar, but you're not sure what it does. Anybody else want to make an Arcana check? As you kind of turn around, you show Gothix, and both see the amulet in front of you. You know it is the amulet of Kalar, but you do not know what it does. As you come out, so everybody right now, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Not just for the amulet, but for this room. 18. Got an 11. Pro Gamer Guns. You start to notice this green, and as you guys are looking at the amulet of Kalar, you can't help but feel more of a magical presence coming from this green brazier. As you look at this brazier, you start to realize that a lot of the magic that comes from this cavern, and that is the magical essence of this cavern, is actually coming from this brazier itself. What happened here is when the orcs, humans, and gnomes banded together to create this dungeon, they created the Forge of Spells, and they were honing the magical arcane energies of this place into focusing into one area. This is in front of you. This green blazer is known as the Forge of Spells. When you put a non-magical item into this fire, non-magical weapon or armor, it will create it to a +1 item a +1 item, so it'll give it +1 on its damage, +1 on its armor, +1 on its attack roll, whatever, for 1d12 hours. Roll a dice. You can tell, Pro Gamer Guns, as you kind of look into the fire, that the fire is kind of wilting, it's flickering. The energy that used to make magical weapons stronger, that was what this dungeon was used for in the past, is faded long ago. It is only going to make an item temporarily stronger for a little bit. As this goes down, you kind of start to tell everybody. You can tell people in your own way if you like. You can make one Arcana check on the amulet per an hour to figure out what it does. As you kind of repeat this to the group, it catches my attention, and I walk over to the fire, and I look, and I'm like, well, you guys have something that's not magical. You can put it into the fire, roll a 1d12, and we'll see how long stronger your weapon is for how many hours. I proceed to take off my armor, and it takes me about 10 minutes, but I take off my half plate armor with my spiked. For missing, they get a 1d4 damage, and I put it into the fire, and you see me take off my cobalt armor for the next course about 10 minutes, and I put it into the fire, and the fire consumes around it. Not being hot, you almost think you could burn your hands on the fire, but you don't. And you pull the armor out of. I pull the armor out of the fire and out of the brazier, and my armor is now a +1 until. How long? Roll 12. Anything that's non-magical, you can roll it. There's for 7 hours. All right. Razor effect. X. I have 7 hours, and my AC is 18. Or 9... 18. Hell yeah, my AC is 18. Is the dragon armor magical? Yes, it is. The dragon armor was... You deemed Pro Gamer Guns at the armor was magical and was probably one of the last things that were made magical in this area. For the last item, everybody go in hell and red one more investigation check. Everybody roll one more investigation check. We will see who finds this last item. Roll the 12 plus 0. I think I want to keep it. Is there anything you guys have that's non-magical that you guys want to put into the fire? And you Gothics, you can throw your saber guns into the fire and it'll make your saber guns a +8 to hit, and they will do a +6. Like, it'll add +1 to that damage at the... Now it does 1d8 +5, and it does a 1d8. It'll do a 1d8 +6. Your katana could go in and become a +8, and be a 1d8. You guys can put whatever... Your Pro Gamer Guns, your Naginata is non-magical. You can put it into the fire, and it'll do a +7 to its attack bonus, and meaning you add a 7 to when you roll a 20 to attack to see if you hit your target. And I put my rope into a fire. Your rope doesn't have any +1 attributes. I believe you I would make it a +8 to attack. I'm fine with that. Yeah, or what was it? What is it? Dexterity, and you're proficient with it, so 6. It would make it a 7 to attack. Yeah, but it's not like your sword does. Your rope doesn't do damage. I would say yes, it gives it a +8 to or +7 to attack roll. If you're trying to lasso somebody, it would be a +7 to its, you know, whatever you're doing with it. But yes, you could do your rope. Alright, so Moobot gave you a 10, Skullface got a 9, Gothics got 9, plus his investigation, which is... Where's your investigation? 2, so 10, 11. Maxie got a 7, so... Got a 12, plus my investigation, 0. Alright, so as everyone's looking around, I put the armor back on, and I see a mace hanging, leaning against the table on the side. This is known as Lightbringer. As I bring my hand over to the mace, I look at it, and it starts to glow, and it starts to grow in a bright light of... Mace will do an extra 1d6 radiant damage when attacking undead, and while glowing. I don't really have much use for a mace, and I kind of look to the group. I forgot to mention this. Started walking in was, as we find items, you have your own items that you find, but it helps that we kind of have things as a group. You know, what we find as a group is kind of like what we, you know, like I would let somebody use it. They needed it more than I did. As far as the mace goes, I look around and I kind of hold up the mace. And I go, well, I have a mace if anybody wants a mace. I believe it just does a +1, so it's like a 1d8 plus 5 to attack with. +7. Well, 7. Do my mace. I have to attune to it though. It's another attune. Okay, guys. Now, if you're all done, so, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back into the... Sorry, not to be able to use it better. I'm no longer close to my computer. Okay. I put the Naginata in the fire. Okay, Pro Gamer Guns. So your Naginata, now write this down. Your Naginata now for okay, roll a 1d12. Roll a 1d12, Pro Gamer Guns. Get to a little more interesting. Starts a little boring right now, Dreamer. we'll get into some action. We kind of started off with day. We left everything to the day to. Oh, sorry, never mind. I want to put my katana in the fire for a bit. Okay, so Gothics, you also walk over to the fire and you put your katana into the brazier, and your katana now does a. Go ahead and roll a 1d12 as well, Gothics. What? Well, for 7 hours. Okay, so your Naginata, write this down. Your Naginata is now a +8. Does 1d8 plus 5. So it does a +5, right? Okay, so it has a +8 from when you attack. You add 8, and it's for 7 hours. All right, I'll let you know when 7 hours is up. Okay. Gothics, go ahead and roll a 12. So Gothics, your katana now becomes a +8 as well and does 1d8 plus 6. Gothics, write this down. Katana is +8 to hit, and 1d8 plus 6. Okay, now does a little more damage for 4 hours. Okay. Anybody else? Anything they want to roll into? Can you please clarify what the amulet does? Nobody knows what the amulet does. They didn't roll good on the Arcana check. I will allow 1 Arcana check per person per an hour. I don't believe Pro Gamer Guns, you have Arcana checked it. If you want to go up and Arcana check it, you can. Gothics, you can Arcana check it as well. Skullface is not able to. Blue can Arcana check it, and I can as well. Blue Skullface, you kind of, as you're looking at the medallion, you're holding it in your hand, you're kind of like, guys, I don't exactly know what this does. And Pro Gamer Guns Spyro walks up to you and looks at the amulet as you're kind of holding it, and it's a very darkened silver crescent moon with a bunch of intricate design hollowed out in the middle of it, with a green gem wrapped in a black metal around the gem. Gem glows. Let me show you a picture of what it looks like. Okay, let me do you one bit. Here's your Amulet of Kalar. It is a legendary item. This is what it looks like. Pretty, huh? Program I Arcana check it. Nope. It looks like a necklace. Alright. 8 plus 5. Yep, it is. Now that's beautiful. Pretty, isn't it? I walk up to it, and Pro Gamer Guns, you kind of, Skullface lets you hold it, and you look it in your hand, and you're like, it looks like a necklace. And I go up to you, and I kind of snicker, and go, alright, let me... if I can figure anything out. We've been in this room for about a good hour. That's oh, I get a 17. Plus what? Nothing for Arcana. Gothics, would you like to Arcana check this amulet before we start heading out? And sure. I just want to know if you get something higher than me. If not, then I will continue. Skullface, as you say that out loud, and you're like, I'm keeping it. I'm gonna try and kill the damn thing. I'd be like, honestly, Skullface, I agree with you. I don't think we should hand anything that the dragon really wants to him, but I'm afraid that if we just not go give it to him, that the contract is going to hurt us. And but we need to figure out a way to make a plan. Maybe bring him somewhere. And I look to you guys and I kind of huddle around and I kind of pull you in, and Blue, you kind of come closer, and Cowgirl comes closer as well. And we kind of start talking about maybe formulating a plan, maybe a trap. We can, if you guys think about it as we do this, before we leave this dungeon, maybe somebody formulate a plan. Think of something that we can do. Maybe we can trick him, or we can maybe find something and or get a message to him that he comes and meets us somewhere. Maybe we can set a trap for the. Rolled a 4. All right. As Pro Gamer Guns hands back and I start to talk about this plan, I look at the amulet. As I look at the amulet, I get a flashback. The camera zooms into my face, and you kind of zoom into my mental. And I remember playing with my father as a kid, and one of the shamans was talking about an age-old tale about a old man who was never satisfied with the life he had. And this man was known as Kalar. And after getting together a magical a strong magical arcane presence, he was able to create insert a spell known as the polymorph spell into this necklace, so he may live many lives and never have to be held accountable for his action. What was happened to him and how this amulet ended up in here is unknown to me, but this amulet holds the polymorph spell. For once a day, you may cast the polymorph spell on the wearer. It requires attunement on the wearer, but they are able to cast the polymorph spell at a 4th level spell once a day. If you're not familiar with the polymorph spell is, DM, the polymorph spell is a spell that can change your body into anything of your level strength. So I believe if you're a level 4, you can be a creature that has a level 4 difficulty. You can't be a level 4 and make a character or be a creature that has a level 10 difficulty. You gain that creature's abilities, its mental status. You cannot cast spells. You can change into an eagle if you want. You can change into Tyrannosaurus Rex. Just we have to look up what the spell is. But this amulet can basically change the wearer and make them anything. It can make them another human. It can make them an eagle, like a fish. It can make them fly. This amulet's potential is pretty crazy. Max, tell me what the contract says and its consequence. So Skullface remembers with his keen mind his feat that he invested in. Skullface, hearing these words, he kind of thinks back to the contract. And Skullface, you zoom and you picture this black background with all of a sudden the scroll's paper floating in front of you. And as the scroll folds out and you kind of remember and zoom into remember reading different words, and different phrases start popping into your head, and you remember the words death upon breaking contract. You basically are able to read that if the person who signs contract decides to not follow through with the contract, and the other person who was supposed to benefit from the contract does not receive their end of, or the other person does not hold up their end of the bargain, that person's health will diminish greatly over a fast period of time until they are dead. You will lose about 1d10 health every hour after you leave a certain distance from the original contract signing. It's basically a bonding spell. You basically will in one of our body cavities, we'll see the dragon. We tell him we could not find. So as Skullface says that, you guys realize that no simple trickery of we will just not simply give it to him will work. This contract holds you bound to giving it to the dragon. If you do not give it to the dragon, you will lose health, finish your health every hour by 1d10 until you either item or decide that you are heading towards to give that to them. The minute you decide you're not going to, the contract comes into play. This is some very old bonding magic. It seems the dragon has been holding on to this scroll for a very long time. Basically, old bonding magic. All right, so is the round. Let's see. All right, so we will try this and we will see if this works. It is now 8:30. To those who have been in the giveaway before, I ask you not to enter the giveaway. To those who have not been in the giveaway yet, you are free to enter. I will start the giveaway right now, so everybody pay attention. All right, let's start this giveaway. Okay, it's the last giveaway I will do for a little while. Of course, the giveaway confirmation cost is 500. Maximum ticket. All you have to do is exclamation point ticket, no spaces. Good luck. Luck to you. We give it to the dragon, but I want to try and kill it after. Skullface, as you say that, I look to you and I'm like, I think what we can do is we have to find a way to get him to come to our turn. I don't think fighting him and his basically his good idea at all. Maybe if we can trick him into coming to a certain place where we would set up a trap, maybe some kind of motivation on how to trap him, we something out. But until then, I think we should we should gather everything we can and get moving and find Gunnarsson and his brother and continue our search through this dungeon. As we go, we can develop the plan more, but I think we should get moving. Time is of the essence, my friends. If there's anything else anybody wants to say, we can get going. Molly can try. Very well try. Well, the dragon is far away. He is the dragon, to remind you the little bit of the map. Show you. We are here, Skull, near this edge of the Sword Mountains. The dragon is over here in Thunder Tree. So we have to head over there. Yeah, you can try. I know you're serious. You can try. You can roll a seduction check, basically. It's called a persuasion, deception. You have Molly walk in front of the dragon and try and roll a perception. But pro gamer guns, dragons are very smart. They're not really. I would be very careful trying to trick dragons. Alright. If there's anything else, any objections, I'd say we start moving forward and get out. I walk past the spectator's corpse, walk out to the mall, and what I left and to my right. Max, I see a hallway to my left, and I see it. It is basically an amulet against detection and location, meaning they cannot scry on you. They cannot learn your location from a scrying spell. They cannot see you. They can see your allies, but they cannot see you. Yes, but that means scrying, like seeing them from a far distance, like magical ball. They can literally see you in front of them. In front of them. It does not make you invisible. What it does is it prevents them from spying on you through magical means. That's what the amulet protection of good and evil does. They cannot spy on you through magical. Alright, so again, don't metagame. Looking at the stats of the dragon and saying that you know it, we can kill it is. Do that. Please. I would appreciate if you guys don't go looking up the stats for creatures to know what to do against them if you come across them, especially when we're playing. I don't like it if you go look up the creature's stats and stuff like that. That is considered metagaming. I would appreciate if you guys did not do that. Maybe he'll reward us for finding it and bringing it back to him. Maybe. But you're not sure. You know, he's definitely a young angry dragon trying to make his. As everybody's kind of talking, head out. Everybody joins Max outside of the room, step around the spectator. So do we go north or south? Which way do you guys want to go? And is just up. Crazy. My hand is all destroyed now. My freaking hand is destroyed by ink. That sucks. Yeah, that's fine if you DM, but then you gotta remember, Skullface. I do it with my character too. Just because my character, I know that this creature is immune to lightning. Maxamillios, my character, does not know it is immune to lightning and will attack this creature and learn that, oh, it is immune to lightning. That is called playing your character. Your character is a level 3, does not know what dragons can do. He does not know that their abilities are, so you have to play that role that he does not know, because that is considered metagaming. If my character will try and do things, just because I know Gothix is immune to necrotic damage, the spectator does not know that. So when the spectator does a necrotic ray towards Gothix, he will find out that Gothix does not get damaged by necrotic ray, and then he will learn that, oh, that doesn't work. That's how I play the characters. I am completely trying to be unbiased and unknowing. I put my head in the head of the character. Spectator does not know Gothix is immune to necrotic. I do as the DM, but the character does not. So the character does his necrotic damage to Gothix. Gothix goes, oh, I'm not damaged. And the spectator goes, what the hell? You know, that's how that works. That's what being a DM, a good DM. You know. That's fine. Nobody wants to buy a ticket. They don't have to. I'm not freaking out at all. Don't worry. It was kind of a way to give back, but if everybody's happy with it, don't know if Dreamer is really here anymore. That's okay. We were sitting in a room for a good hour. I don't blame him. All right. Um, so north or south, my friends? Which way do you guys want to go? We got north, we got south. I say north myself. What do you think? Gothics? Gothics. It's okay. Want another one? You get. Fuck it. Okay, so I'd say north, south, north. Gothics, north or south? North or south, Gothics? Which way are you voting? Gothics! As we wait for Pro Gamer Guns, you see again to your left, you see towards the kind of like ceiling of this cavern, you notice kind of a sparkling. Okay. So roll to heads or tails. Alright, so yes, you have blood. You have blood. What? North. Okay. Sounds good. We just needed a tiebreaker. Alright, so we start to head north. Attacking range, we got blue, Max, Skullface, Programs, and Pyra head behind it. Okay. As we head up north, we to our right, we stairwell. Come stairwell. Little laggy. What do I see? Getting your as we kind of head, you see kind of a starry, you saw kind of what looked like little flashy lights on the cavern. I described it to you on our last session. It looks like kind of like little stars and little top of cavern, kind of reflecting off of the light from torches. As we kind of head, the cavern gets a little narrower as we head up north. Blue starts to hear the gushing of water a lot louder as we kind of come around the corner. You guys see in front of you big, wide open cavern, huge trickling water. You hear gushing, what looks to be the waves kind of heading towards you. It sounds like to the north of us. What you guys hear is a geyser hitting a cavern of rock just out to the right of this cavern, and it every time the it almost a like a Old Faithful kind of thing. Every about 2 minutes, it and hits the edge, causing waves to create in this water's cavern. As you guys start to head around the edge of the water, you guys see stalagmites, your bats. You can hear sounds to be flapping of little creatures. All right. We kind of head in a single file towards north. close. Blue lead taking. It never said packed. Right. It did. It basically, you have to finish. You have to. The contract says you have to give. Do what you promised to the other person. We promised we would bring him the amulet of Kalar, and working condition. That was definitely, a part of the stipulation of the contract. As you read into your mind and you look closer, Skullface, you see in some of the more finer print to the bottom this page full of writing and full of different texts. You see that being intent of the item that you agree upon, the intent of the other person that is signing the contract. He wants the amulet working and wants it to be this is where he's picturing it as, and this is what we are told as. We are basically in kind of a agreement at that. As you guys kind of head north, you see a tunnel in front of you, bringing us a little more closer and narrow together. Up the Blue and Pyro behind, as Fullface and Gothic's the rear. Everybody go ahead and as we're heading up, I'm going to make a stealth check. Roll for stealth. Healthy as you can. 12 plus 1, 15. Let's get it cursed. I like that idea. Anybody else rolling for stealth? Really good, buddy. 17 plus your. Then you get a +2 for the rat, right? Full face. You have a +3 for the ring, right? Ring of the room, +2. Talk to rats. Have a +2. 22. Very good. Very. Pro Gamer Guns, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Got it. Gothics, are you there? Are you gonna roll a stealth check as well? Seems we have lost you. Blue as well. Gothic. Eight. Blue was 9. Stealth is 3, is 9. Gothics plus his, which is 9, so 17. Alright, lowest one is 12 with. Cool. Alright, so Bullface, Pro Gamer Guns. As you guys are kind of scooting up your dark vision. Buddy, hang on, let us move forward and we'll check up ahead a little bit, keep our torch back. You and Pro Gamer Guns, you guys come out and you see in front of you 3 bugbears. One of them with the torch. You also see a bow, a dark elf. Bugbear,
Hurry up!
bugbear. Bear. Bugbear and okay. So, you start to hear voices, Pro Gamer Guns, Gothics, as you guys kind of are slinking towards the edge of this. You see another cavern, what looks to be the roof really destroyed, and a bunch of rocks as the river flows to the north, going to your right, starting from your left. You see a dark elf across the way on the as the rocks and boulders are between all of you guys. He is on the other side of the river, and he seems to be yelling orders to the bugbears and saying, "Everybody, keep looking. Nesnar said with his divination that he senses a magical item in this area. Keep searching." You kind of hear the bugbears grumbling and pushing rocks aside as they kind of trudge through the mud, and they're searching through all this rubble looking for what you think is a magical item. What do you guys want to do? Your move right now. They do not see you. Do not notice you guys. They are busy looking around. They are looking through what you could as they are looking for a magical item. The drow you see, the dark elf, you see a long, slender man with a very pointy face and pointy expressions, silver hair and a deep, dark red eyes are what you see as another drow. Got a little bit of armor on. He has a very stern expression. What do you guys, Pro Gamer Guns? So as Skullface turns around to Pro Gamer Guns and goes, "I think we should go tell everyone." Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to answer and looks to Skullface and goes, "What do you think about approaching them and helping them look?" As you are only next to you are only next to Skullface, right? You guys are kind of quiet, keeping an eye on bugbears. Bears are moving around again. This one is walking over here, and he is attempting to climb down. He has a rope tied to edge here, and he climbs down. Ability check, rolls a 19. He's doing just fine. Hits down to about here, and kind of you hear him splish, 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 sludging around as he continuing his search, looking around. Kind of right now, Skullface, this is you and Pro Gamer Guns need to talk to each other. This is kind of you guys and what you guys are trying to do. This is something you guys go talk to each other. Yeah, let's go tell them. Okay, so Skullface and Pro Gamer Guns, you back to the group. And you guys get back to the group. and you tell, as you see Max, Blue, Gothic's waiting. You proceed to tell them that you guys see 3 bugbears and they are looking for what seems item area. Pro Gamer Gun suggests we try and see if we can deceive them and offer some help. I look to Pro and I go, I think that might work, but I'm afraid they would tell whoever else they're with that we haven't. They already killed Gunderson's brother in cold blood at the entrance of the cave. I don't really think a band of people coming out of nowhere in this dark abandoned dungeon is gonna come off as a, oh, we're just here to help you. Try though. You have to think of your situation. We're in a abandoned cave tunnel. We have found already remnants of their what they have done and killed. You can attempt to go and try and see if you can help them. You definitely give it a shot. If that's what you guys want to do, I would love to see what happens. So Skullface says, let's try and help. As the rest of the group, I look to Skullface and I look to Pro and I'm like, be careful. I'm like, you can maybe distract them. If stuff goes wrong, I'll keep an eye on you and we'll make our move. Okay? Sound like a plan? As Pro Gamer Guns and Skullface get ready to out. If that's the plan, let's see how it goes.
Snipers fucking.
Okay, is that the plan? Basically, you two kind of like take it over. You guys are talking to each other. I'll go off of what you two are saying to each other as you guys go. Wait, I look defenseless with my furs shut. What does that mean? I hand Max the amulet and I say, keep it safe. I hold the amulet and I put it into the bag and I will do. Full face, Pro Gamer Guns, again, you kind of sneak up. Alright, what do you guys want to do? Subscribe to me and tell me as you guys do it what you want to do. Or that, you know, like that you want to walk up to them. So you just kind of want to walk out into the open and start talking to them, or describe it to me. What you're doing. Alright? Shut my furs. How do you shut your fur? What's a fur? I know fur is your clothes that you wear, but I think you're wearing breastplate. Half plate. I think you're wearing leather armor. The mail can be worn under clothes. Yes, yes, yes. The called the basically it can be worn under armor and it just no negatives to stealth roll. Your AC is the same. I say we tell them we are travelers from the common people. Alright. Well, basically I'm waiting on you guys to tell me. I walk out in front of them and yell out something. Or I walk over to one, or I come out to the edge of the ledge and I say, hey, what are you doing? I'm looking for those kind of descriptors because I don't want to assume what you're doing in this situation because it's a very delicate situation. So I need full descriptions and full things of what you are doing and what you are trying to do. Then I will have the creatures act, how they react. So describe to me what you're doing, and make sure you're putting if you're trying to say something to the DM, make sure you're trying to say that, you describe that, like saying it to me and not to them, or something like that. Okay. As you guys get closer, you guys are getting closer to the edge of the tunnel. Your hands are on the side of the wall. Skull faces, you kind of creep out, and you kind of see what they're doing. Some of their backs are turned to you. You see the drow kind of just hands on his hips, kind of looking impatient, kind of looking around, not really helping them look for anything. But you kind of see him kind of looking around, kicking the dirt, keep moving his head and stuff like that. Oh, I see. Kind of close your first because they're under the stuff. That's fine. Pro Gamer Guns is wearing, I believe, um, he is wearing chest plate. I believe she's wearing a chest plate. She's got armor on. Alright, Skullface is asking you a question, Pro Gamer Guns. This guy moves over, start moving right. This bugbear kind of getting closer, kind of stuff around, kind of grumbling under his breath. This guy over here walks off to the side a little bit. We're close to the waterfall. Now as he moves side. Pro Gamer Guns, Skullface is asking you a question. I definitely need both of you. Okay, yes, just be careful. Okay. So, go ahead, Skullface, take it away. As Skullface gets ready, he kind of shuts his armor, puts his fur around his chest plate, kind of hides his weapon, he wills the Lilith axe to dissipate and disappear, as so he looks as non-threatening as possible. His purple tiefling skin kind of keeping him kind of dark in the corner before he heads out, as he kind of prepares himself, kind of does one of those as he kind of walks towards the bugbears. I will let him write his description so he gets a little time. The Pro Gamer Guns, you kind of notice the drow walk a little bit more towards the water and kind of hop skip over the small little river. He is going to roll an acrobatics. Rolls 11. God, what an ugly looking 11. Rolls an 11. He does all right. He kind of almost kind of catches himself. All right, Skullface. He does the tight straining thing, and we go, and he walks out to this, stands outside of the ledge. As he yells out, I walk in, I say, hello! Seems like you guys have lost something. Mind if we help you find it? In the least amount of threat in my voice as possible. Skullface, go ahead and roll for a deception check. The bugbears look to you, they kind of, huh? As the, same as the drow, they kind of look to you, and they're like, whoa, and, they yell out, what do you mean? What are you doing in here? Help us? How are you going to help us? And go ahead and roll for deception check. They kind of stop looking through the stuff. This bugbear starts to walk a little towards you. You kind of are standing on a ledge. You're looking down at the bugbear as kind of looking up at you. You are kind of lucky that there is a good 10-foot ledge in front of you guys. He will have to climb to get to you. So that makes you feel a little more safer, Skullface, as you make this move.
I want to watch one.
Pro Gamer Guns, you see Skullface step out and you say what he says, and you kind of, the tension starts to increase as your heart starts to race a little more. You notice the Dro come across and jump over again. Goes okay, and he kind of walks towards her, towards Skullface a little bit on this side of the ledge. I kind of keep face, and his eyes 13. With your deception, the bugbear looks to you and he goes, "There isn't very many travelers that come down here. Why don't you come down here and talk to us in person?" The bugbear is now calling for you to come down and meet them, and talk to them face to face. The Dro walks over and he says to you in kind of a slick, different kind of tone, he goes, "Sir Tiefling, why don't you come closer and talk to us? It's not very nice to have a conversation so far. Why don't you come meet us over here, and we may discuss you helping us find what we are looking for." Pro Gamer Guns, you hear this and you kind of get a little more nervous. What say you, Skullface, to that? As you wait for Skullface's response, the bugbear is kind of moving closer, one of them getting in position. You notice their hands are on their weapons, Skullface, but they have not drawn them yet. This bugbear kind of taking a couple more steps back as he kind of takes a step back. Back as for Skullface's Gothics. Is there anything you like to do since you are here as well? You don't have to stay back here. I don't want to spook the bugbears. I move in 5 feet ready if Skullface, you move for Pro Gamer Guns. That would put you, if you want to do that, you can. You will be more than in you as you step out, Pro Gamer Guns. You see the Drow kind of look his attention on you as the camera kind of sees his view facing towards you as you step out of the shadows from the cave, kind of walk out, and the Drow says out loud, "Ah, you have a friend. This is that we you were talking about." "Okay, I'll calm down. I have nothing to fear. I have a pendant that may help your..." Goes, Skullface says, "I have a pendant that may help your search." Go ahead and make a persuasion or a deception check with advantage. As you say this, the Drow's ears you see flicker as he kind of, as he hears, "You have something that will help me find what I'm looking for, huh?" He goes, yeah, come on down here. Come on, let us talk to you. And Skullface, if you want to climb down, go ahead. Oh, first, Skullface, roll your deception check 2 times with advantage. $16. All right. As you say this, Skullface, the Drow kind of chuckles and he goes, "All right, young man, why don't you come down here and we're looking for we don't know what it is, but our master has told us that there's an item of extreme magical value in this area. We have not been able to find it." Skullface, I need you to roll an acrobatics check as well. Rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Alright, that works. So, also...
Back up. Ed.
Okay, programmer guns. You see Skullface start to climb down the ledge. About to do his acrobatics check. You feel a little uneasy as the bugbears start to walk a little towards Skullface. The bugbear almost looks like he kind of puts his hands out towards Skullface to help him down. Rolled a 3. As you get closer to the ledge, Skullface, you lose your footing and you slip. And not after you slip, though, the bugbear actually close to you rolls a 14, and the bugbear actually, you feel yourself falling all of a sudden. You're about to take some damage, and all of a sudden you stop. Poof! The bugbear catches you, and you kind of look and you see this, and you kind of smell instantly the stinky bugbear in your face, but you kind of are like, whoa, well, thank you. And the bugbear kind of lets you down as he looks to you and he goes, our master wants to find for him all things shiny. And Skullface, you kind of pull out this pendant and you say, this pendant can help me find anything I'm looking for. I just have to think really, really hard about the thing I want, and it'll point to me in that direction. As the amulet, you pull the amulet out of your hand and you hold it, and the bugbear, all three of them kind of walk up. Pro Gamer Guns, you see this and you're kind of nervous, but you see Skullface kind of but fall, and then you kind of hear a thank you, and you kind of go over to the side and you see that Skullface, as you kind of run up to see what happens. You see that Skullface was caught in the last second by one of the bugbears, and he lets him down. Skullface proceeds to pull the amulet out of his leather, and he starts to look to see where he can find the item. And the device starts to bring you over to here, and the bugbears are keeping a very close eye on you. And the drow, kind of, you hear him kind of go in this curious kind of curiosity as Skullface, you get over to these boulders and you're like, there, under that boulder, and you point, and the bugbear grabs the boulder, and not only does he grab it, he throws it, and he moves the boulder, and under the boulder you see these gauntlets, and you go ahead and do an Arcana check. These gauntlets stand in front of you, and they look green. They have a very jagged design on the wrists, but they are mostly a green and Arcanum kind of material. Go ahead and do an Arcana check. As you do that, the bugbear yells out, "He found it! He found it for us!" And
on that last one that you
the drow goes, very good, very good. Toss that up to me then. Go ahead and toss that up here, little tiefling. The drow looks to you and asks for you to throw the gauntlets towards him. How do you respond?
That's what I thought this was.
Yes, Orf, may I need your face to face. I need you face to face, my good man. Rolled an 8. Nope, they're a bunch of gauntlets. You're not sure what they are. The drow looks to you and he kind of motions his hand, is like, throw that up to me, young man. And he I say, if you guys wish, I could help you find more. He looks to you and he goes, that's nice, but please throw me up those gauntlets. You said you'd help us find it. You helped us find it. Please throw those up to me right now, and we'll discuss more afterward. What say you, Gothics? Skullface. Gothics, are you there? Are you gone? Pro Gamer Guns? If there's anything you want to do, you can as well. I, as Max, am starting to get a little impatient, and I start to up, and I try to stay out of view best I can, and I kind of creep up towards to see what I can see. I see a drow kind of hanging out the side. I see Skullface talking to bugbears and surrounded by them, but they're not attacking him, and I kind of get worried really quick as I'm like, what the hell? And I kind of almost try to whisper to Pro Gamer Guns. I'm like, psst. Pro Gamer Guns, go ahead and roll a perception check. Roll a 20 for a perception check. Toss him the gauntlets. Skullface, as you toss the gauntlets, the drow looks to you and he goes, thank you, young man. That's very nice of you. You're welcome to travel with us if you want to come meet my master. We are still heading and we're looking through the rest of this dungeon. If you'd like to join us, you can. You would like to be okay if we buy it off you. Oh. Crit fail. Pro Gamer Guns, you say, hey, would you like to be okay if we buy it off of you? As you crit fail, the guy looks to you and he goes, they're not for sale. And he goes, who are you? And he looks to you and he goes, what are you doing here? And he looks to you, Pro Gamer Guns, and he asks you this question. How do you reply? And as you crit fail, you do not notice that Max is trying to whisper to you as I'm trying to get your attention and ask what the hell's going on. And I'm like, psst, you don't even notice. Just you're kind of focused on what's going on over here, and you're not sure. It would be a swell idea. Okay. Alright, so the bugbears start to walk behind you. They kind of point towards the ropes, and they lead you towards the ropes, and you kind of dangling here, and you proceed to climb up the ropes. There are no DC. Yeah, you're good with the rope. You don't need to check. You climb up and you see this drow in front of you. He kind of smiling as he's looking at the gauntlets, and he's like, my master will be very pleased. What is your name, Sir Tiefling? As he looks to you and he kind of sizes you up as he walks towards you. I am the wife of the man who helped you find the necklace. He looks to you, Pro Gamer Guns, and he goes, necklace? What necklace? We don't have a necklace. These are gauntlets. These are almost gloves. What necklace are you talking about? How do you answer, Pro Gamer Guns? As the bugbears climb up the rope, you see them kind of line up behind each other as their thick, meaty hands grab around the rope, almost looking like grabbing a toothpick. They are able to climb themselves up. They are over here now with Space, and the drow looks to one of the bugbears, and he goes, "Hey, Dorlak," goes, "Take these gauntlets to our master. He will be very pleased. And please tell him we have found some guests who are helping us find our magical items." A tiefling and what looks over to Pro Gamer Guns. He goes, "A goat of some sorts," and he tells the bugbear, hands the gauntlets to the bugbear, and the bugbear starts to walk off. And as I get to the top, I put out my hand to shake his hand. As you guys are communicating and having your conversation, Pro Gamer Guns yells out, "I did not see that they were gloves. I'm sorry. I thought they were a goblet. Goblet. Goblet was a necklace. Oh, I thought a goblet was a necklace." He looks to you, and as he's looking to Skullface, and he kind of scoffs. He goes, "No, a gauntlet is not a necklace." And he looks to you, and he goes, "You're married to that, Skullface?" And Skullface kind of like, how do you react? Pro Gamer Guns, as he proceeds to the Dro looks to Pro Gamer Guns, and he goes, "You there." He goes, "Why don't you come and join your friend, join your husband, if you will, and join us in our search as we continue to search through these caves and find magical items, if you will." Max kind of getting nervous and wondering what the hell's going on, not sure of the plan. He backs up and he goes to the group, and you Gothics, Blue, Cowgirl, you see me kind of slink over to you guys, and I go, "Guys, right now Skullface is talking to the elf. It looks like he gave him some magical item that he found for him. It seems like he's trying to gain trust from the dark elf. I can only assume that he's trying to wait for some kind of vulnerability." And Blue kind of grunts, and he kind of looks around the corner to see what he can find, and he can barely make out and see what the Drow and Skullface are doing through the center line of the I did not see. I say, "Harmony, it is a pleasure to meet you, sir." As the Drow goes, "The pleasure is all mine." Goes, "We'll be proceeding to head towards my master, and we will continue our search. See if you may be able to join our recruits. I serve a very powerful master. I tried to jump and land in the water for a gentle fall. I rolled an acrobatics check. Holy crap. Pro Gamer Guns, as you say this, you do not only a jump, but you do a triple helix turn, slip down, and you land, no question, right next to the boulder. Just perfect landing, perfect 20. Nice, badass freaking badass landing. The Drow sees this, and you see him kind of, "I see why you're married to her," as he looks to Skullface. For Gamer Guns, you kind of bat your tail, and you kind of laugh to yourself as you run over to the rest of the group, and you climb up the ladder, and you climb the rope, and you stand right next to Skullface, as you are a little shorter than him, and he stands next to you, and the Drow kind of points towards the hallway. He goes, "If you will, follow me." And he starts to walk this way towards the bugbears. Wait for you guys to start walking. Proceed to follow him. I look to Gothics, and I go, "Gothics, they're starting to walk away." As and our Blue sees this, and he's like, kind of whispers to the group as he kind of leans back. He goes, they're starting to head out. They're starting to walk off." And Gothics and Max hear this, and we kind of all kind of do one of this kind of, I'm on the side of Gothics, or I'm on the side of Blue. Blue is on the side of, or Blue's there. Gothics is on the side of Blue. I'm on the side of Gothics. As we kind of lean over each other towards the edge, try to get a gander at what the hell is going on. And I kind of whisper to Gothics, "Where the hell are they going?" I follow him. I give him a kiss. Skullface, as you guys stand there and you kiss Skullface on the side of the, you kind of reach up because you're really short. The man kind of and kind of walks and says, "Follow me," and the two of you proceed to follow him. The bugbears staying behind you. That's a bit. Right. All right, ready? Loud. You guys are good. Nothing too loud, right? Everything's good. Okay, guys. So, you guys start to hear the waterfall kind of quieter. As you follow the drow, you guys are standing next to each other, kind of looking at each other, trying to communicate what you can silently, as you guys are improving your plan as we go. As the drow kind of takes a left turn down the hallway, you proceed to follow. To your right, you see a door. Gothic or Pro Gamer Guns and Skullface, you guys see a door. As you guys walk this way and you follow the drow, you see the drow. You see a bugbear in front of you. You see also 4 giant spiders standing. 2 of them in the corner, 2 of them off the other side. Them up. So here, you hear the drow call out, "Master! Master, are you there?" This giant spider, hanging on the edge of one of the pedestal or the pillars. This giant spider also on the pillar. Both of them black with red widow symbol on their abdomens. As you call this out, as he calls this out, you see nobody answer. All of a sudden, another dark elf just appears out of being invisible in front of you. How did it? Oh. This drow, very skinny, slunched over, very pointy nose, red eyes, a bald head, holding a black staff with a spider on it, purple robes. You see in front of you another drow, another dark elf. This one more sinister looking, with arches and his armor arching around his back. He proceeds to come visible from an invisible spell, and the drow walks up to them, and the black spider ganders at the two of you instantly and sees you past the drow, and he goes, "Verlek, who are they? Who are these people?" And he looks to the drow, and he goes, "Sir, my master, these are the two that helped us find the gauntlets of ogre strength that the bugbear has just brought in you." And the Nesnar is holding them in his hand and looking at them, and he goes, "Ah, yes, do they seem quite useful?" And the drow kind of bows his head, goes, "They don't seem to be a threat, sir, but they are outnumbered 7-1. So if they decide to do anything funny, it is on them." And the drow looks to him and he goes, I see, as he puts hands together. Pro Gamer Guns, you ask, "What is this place?" And as the two are having their conversation, the camera back behind, facing from your view, facing towards them in the pillars, you see them kind of mid-sentence stop, and they look to you, and the drow, the slunching one over the bald one, looks to you, and he goes, "Why, this is an old temple. This is my base of operations for my searching of this area." He goes, "And tell me, who are you? You don't see many fawns around this area." Being surprised, he knows exactly what you are right away. And he also looks to the tiefling and the drow, the second one, Valek, looks to the other dark elf, and he goes, "These two are married, my good sir. They're married, and the fawn is his wife, and the tiefling is the one who helped us find the gauntlets." And he looks to you guys and he goes, "Come closer, come closer." And the bugbear moves to the side, and you guys kind of walk up a little closer. As Pro Gamer Guns, you kind of look around. You see these pillars. You see a statue behind the drow. You see that the eyes almost look shiny with a green gem in both pupils. You see that the drow looks to you and he goes, "This used to be a temple for the god Dorlath. He was a dwarven, a god for the dwarves, to help protect in armor and smithing. He was used in a blessing for smithing. I only can presume that his blessings is what kept this place powerful and for so long." And as you guys get closer and he's kind of examining you, "I did not catch your names." "I am a traveler. I come from the north." "That is not your name, young one. I asked your name. We're obviously all traveling." As he says to you, Pro Gamer Guns. I asked, "What is this place?" I think Lilith, help me here." Lilith looks to you and she goes, "This looks like the guy that they've been talking about. The Black Spider." As you hear her whispery, raspy voice in your ear or inside your head, she looks to him. He goes, "You see that staff he's carrying? I think he controls the spiders with that staff." As you see him holding this staff with a black opal spider on. We zoom back to Gothix and Max. I look to Gothix and Max and Blue, and I'm like, "Guys, they just went off. What the hell?" I'm like, we gotta follow them. Like, that's the plan, all right? I guess we're gonna go follow them and make sure we don't, we keep an eye on our allies. I start to head off and walk towards the ledge, and I have to do a acrobatics check. Ledges are not my strong suit. Roll the 13 plus whatever because it's over 50. Good. I make it over and I climb down nice and easy, and I make it down. You see Max kind of just take off. Gothix, Max, or I mean Blue, Gothix, what are you guys doing? Cowgirl follows as well. Cowgirl proceeds to get towards the edge of the ledge, and she misses her roll, and she starts to lose her footing. Max kind of looking, his back turned, not realizing that Cowgirl is falling. He falls and takes 2d6 damage. Or 1d6 damage, one for everything. Oh, it only takes 1 damage. Okay. Falls down. She is knocked prone, and she takes a minute to get herself back up. health. I turn around, the camera kind of facing towards me as my back is faced towards her. I'm kind of looking at my chest armor. All you see, kind of Cowgirl's body just fall past behind me, and I kind of look up, and I look at Cowgirl on the floor as I lean over and I pick her up. I'm like, God damn it! If I'm not falling and you are falling. Allison says, be careful not to. Nothing, Gothics. Let's follow them. Okay. Gothics, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check for the ledge. But this one is for blue. Nine plus your acrobatics, which is 14. Good. Yep. Oh. Blue, you make it over and you climb down as well, finding your footing, and down, and you kind of stand. Your armor kind of clinks. Gothics rolled a 17, very good. Gothics, you with extreme prejudice rolled down really fast and fast as well. Max proceeding to run to the rope. I climb the rope and up as fast as I can. Gothics right behind, and blue as well. Okay. As we continue, I believe we're still on our same stealth. Passive. Bear, where are you, Bugbear? There you are. Perception. Passive. Oh, 10. Alright, that's good. Blah, 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 blah.
I used to be really like, I don't fucking.
Okay. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen. Bow very low. Harmony, it's a pleasure, sir. Oh, I'm having some issues with the internet. I'll try to be back a. Alright. NPC playing 3 people. What? Or what? Yeah, but I'm kind of stuck right now. All right. All right, back to you two. All right, so Skullface, you kind of bow your head and say, "My name is Hominy. It's a pleasure, sir." And the drow looks to you, and the black spider goes, or Nesnar, he goes, "What brings you guys down here into such a dark, damp place? And how did you even find this dungeon?" As he waits for your guys' response. I do my best to up on you. I don't know. I don't. I have no answer for that, Pyro. Bro. I think I might have to call it. There's no way I can do a battle in NPC. And there's no way I can really change anything now based on what we have and who we're fighting. So what say you guys? What is your answer to the Black Spider as he asks, Neznar the Black Spider, he asks, what brings you guys down here into this dark dungeon, and how did you even find this place? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We were walking and I saw a cage and I figured cave and I figured we check it out. Go ahead and roll a deception check, Pro Gamer Grunts. Roll 20 for perception or for deception. Out of your faces. You guys can. Got the app. There is a spider just behind. I almost want to. See that? I heard of this place from a dwarf who abandoned me, and I saw his body in the entrance and said, "Good riddance." That's pretty good. Skullface, go ahead and roll a deception check with advantage, as we will see what happens. After he's done asking you guys what your name is, you proceed to answer, "I'm Spyra," and Skullface says, "I'm Harmony," and bows. And after that, the Black Spider proceeds to ask you the question that brings you down here. And Skullface answers with, "I got lost by times two." Gotta wait for you. Ah! Alright, so 17. First one was. Okay, so. As Spyra speaks up, Skullface kind of shushes her, and he goes and says that he he lost the dwarf and found his dead body. Good riddance. He looks to you, and the dark elf kind of cackles and laughs. He goes, "Yes, he was kind of a nuisance, wasn't he?" And he goes, that was just one of the other brothers. I have the other two locked up in that room just off the other side. He goes, I'm still looking for the Forge of Spells. If you'll help me get through the Flame Skull and the other creatures and ghouls that are locking me to the Forge of Spells, I will greatly reward you. As Max, I kind of come around the corner and I see the bugbears with their backs turned, looking towards the black spider, and I see the bugbears, but I can't really make moves. I kind of chill and hold back while Pro Gamer, Skullface are talking to the drow. What say you in that response? What determines the advantage is he came up with a better excuse and used details from memory of what was going on. He heard of this place. It was a really good lie. Yours is, we were waiting and saw a cave. Okay, that's decent. But he said, I heard of this place from a dwarf who'd abandoned me and I saw his body at the entrance. That's really good detail, really good putting together. That's what gives you the advantage. Is how clever are you when you say things, not just, oh, I found the place. I just happened to be walking by. Something against you, it's just that is difference in advantage. Is how clever you are with the lie. If you're really clever with the lie, I'll give you advantage. But if it's just like, oh, I'm here, deal with it, then, then it's kind of like, well, okay, give it a shot, see if you will win. But you rolled decent. You didn't roll a crit fail, thank God. I pull out the vial with the flame skull's ashes, and skull ashes in it, and I go and I go in it and see this, and he pulls out the thing and he goes, see this, and the drow looks to you and kind of squints. He goes, what is that? And Skullface proceeds to answer, this is ash from the flame skull that we from earlier. And he looks to you and he goes, from the flame skull? You're telling me a mere traveler like yourself was able to fight off 7 zombies with a flame skull? Are you sure you're just a traveler? Seems more like a warrior to me. As the drow kind of, looking kind of smug down at you through eyes, kind of thing. How do you respond, Skullface? The bugbear kind of, armor. Some of the spiders kind of shift, one kind of going around and kind of coming lower to the ground, keeping one of its 18 eyes on you. This one moving up towards the roof, now hanging upside down. This spider is hanging upside down on the roof as it comes closer. Alright, Skullface proceeds to say, I once was a warrior, but my wife, and he looks to Pro Gamer Guns, and Pro Gamer Guns kind of looking around at the giant spider, kind of all of a sudden you realize that Skullface has grabbed your hand and kind of holds it, and he goes, I used to be a warrior, but I gave it up for my wife. Pro Gamer Guns kind of looks and kind of like smiles and blushes, and the man kind of looks to you and he goes, love. I never understood it, but very well. I have, I will give you a reward for your troubles. You can have safe passage outside of the cave if you like. I have these, gauntlets that you have just found for me. They're worth a pretty penny, I'm sure. If you like, you can have them, and I will proceed to continue with what I'm doing. Otherwise, you can be on your way. Yes, you could be on your way. I have many things else to take care of down here. And he throws you the gauntlets of ogre strength, Skullface. So go ahead and write down gauntlets of ogre strength. Your inventory, I think it's ogre power or ogre strength, yes. And go ahead and write that down in your inventory. I believe it requires attunement, and it makes your strength score a 19. I say, thank you, sir, and I offer him the pendant. As you do this, and you kind of take the pendant off and you hand it to him, he looks to you with his gleaming in the eyes. He goes, "What is this? What is this you're handing me?" As you say that, the drow, the other one with the white long hair, Valek, he looks to his master and he goes, "Sir," as his eyes get wide, "this is the device he had that helped us find it." And the drow kind of looks to him and kind of moves rapidly and goes, "Oh yes, I'll take that very much, thank you." And he kind of says in his hands as he takes it, and he goes, "Sucker," as he kind of puts it into his necklace, and he puts it on, and he goes, "How long does it take to work?" And Skullface says, "You must be used to it for about 2 hours and attuned to it, but it will help you find anything you desire, your heart's desire. I desire my wife." As this goes on, he goes, "Well, I can have Gorlath, or Gordath, whatever the hell his name is, and escort you out of here." And he kind of flicks his finger to the other bugbear, and he goes, "Get over here, you!" And the bugbear kind of walks towards, and as Max, I see one bugbear walk off toward talking. And he goes, "Dolath will lead you through the south way, and will lead you through a safe path out of the dungeon. I thank you for your help." And he proceeds to tell you can leave without harm. And the bugbear kind of points towards this door, and he says that, "Just follow Gorlath, and he will lead you out the safe way." And Skullface turns and goes, "Thank you, sir." Kind of already the guy has kind of already turned his way. His back is already towards you, and he goes, "Yes, yes, yes," as he's looking, and his eyes are gleaming. The camera facing towards him as his back is turned to you guys, and you guys kind of turn, and you guys start to walk away from him. His eyes are glowing as he looks towards this pendant, and he goes, "I'm going to be rich. What a fool!" And you guys start to follow the bugbear. I grab Pro's hand. We start to walk out. You guys make it through the door. The bugbear opens the door for you guys. You find yourselves a tunnel about here. It takes you about another couple of minutes, and you guys get to about right here and a right side tunnel. Kind of start hearing the water gushing again from the waterfall that you guys had come across. You guys get to about right here. Else, as Max, I'm starting to get worried. I'm not exactly sure what to do in this moment, but I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a Far Cry, and I'm going to walk back here, grab a pebble, and I'm going to try and distract Bugbear. If I can drag him. As I grab the rock over here, I tell Pyro, Skull, Gothics, and hide off to the side and wait for an ambush and see if we can grab Bugbear. I tell Gothics, Blue to wait on the wall. But he doesn't know that it'll disappear in like 5 hours. Yes, it will. Exactly. That's what's gonna be so funny. If he actually survives for another couple hours, I think he'll dissipate. Yeah, it'll dissipate for, which is hilarious. Doesn't even realize it. He's like, holy shit, this guy's an idiot. I slap Skullface and whisper, "Why did you get ended?" And Skullface proceeds to tell her, it'll disappear and turn into ash in like 24 hours, not less. And Pro Gamer Guns kind of goes, "Oh yeah, you've already started to leave. The Bugbear is going to escort you out fully. The Bugbear grunts as you try to leave your hand. Okay, we'll go. No, and he grunts too, and he goes, my master wants me to make sure you get out of here. It is my job to make sure you're safe. To have you guys follow him. As you guys all start to head this way, you all have dark vision. It is now pretty dark. You guys can see 60 feet in front of you. You see basic outlines, kind of a grayish white, almost kind of what it looks like when you have green, dark night vision, but it's gray instead of green. You can make out details. You can see various things as you guys are starting to walk down the hall. It is very dark. You see to your right an open cavern of water, Pro Gamer Guns and Skullface. As you guys are heading, you guys are starting to walk. Go back to Max. I'm going to try and roll. Say deception instead of you think performance or deception? Say deception. If I can rock. So it'll be my deception check versus his. Investigate. Intelligence. As I get ready and I walk over to the corner, Bugbear, his back turned, I throw Apple out as close enough to try and bring him. Rolled a 14. Okay, and then his deception or his investigation. -1. Oh, -1. No, that's so good, close. Because my deception is a +0. I don't have any negatives. Oh, I have a +4 in my deception. Yeah. I rolled an 18. Rolled a 13. The Bugbear hears the pebble, and he goes, starts to walk. Pro Gamer Gun or Spyra, Skull, what are you guys? The Bugbear starts to head this little direction and realizes that, oh wait, and he kind of tells you to back up and like this way, and he goes through this door. As you open the door, you instantly you notice 3 more Bugbears are in the, as they are kind of waiting around, waiting for their orders. 3 of you head into the room. Guys, Bugbears, they kind of all stood up. Some of them shots, and they And the bugbear escorting you guys. It's all right. I have orders from the master. These creatures have safe passage. And they kind of grunt, but they back up. Bugbear proceeds to take you about this. Okay, you guys start heading south. He starts taking south. You start to recognize the cavern. As you come out into this cavern, the bugbear starts to kind of walk slower and tells to you guys, "Be careful. This place is very dangerous." And as he says that, he notices all of a sudden that 7 ghouls that are dead and scattered across this area, and he kind of stops for a second. And you and Pro Gamer Guns kind of look to each other because you guys remember the battle you guys had down here. And he kind of goes, "This you're doing too?" And you guys proceed to follow him. I stop Skullface and whisper, "Why did you think? What's your fave? What is my fave? What do you mean? Favorite what?" Okay, as you guys are starting to walk off, I move because I can to back up. Bugbear gets about right here. I try to throw another pebble. It is more time closer. My deception. 16 plus 4 is 20 versus his investigate. Rolled a 2. He hears the other pebble and he goes, "The hell's going on?" And walking this direction. As he walks this direction, Blue, I kind of I move aside and I call out, "Now, Blue!" And Blue does a grapple attack on the bugbear, rolling a 5. That sucks. 5 plus his athletics, the 3, so 8. Bugbear rolls a 16 plus his strength is the 2, 17, 18. Blue jumps onto the bugbear and tries to grab the bugbear, and the bugbear held. And all of a sudden, the bugbear just and pushes Blue off. Everybody roll for initiative. Max is bugbear. 11. Bugbear got a fail. Cool. 7. X. Scores 50. Everybody roll for initiative. Even you, Pro Gamer Guns and Skull. plus 4 is 6. So, Skullface, Pro Gamer, or Skullface, Pro, Bugbear. All right, Skullface, you're first. What would you like to do? Currently, still, you guys don't know a battle's going on right now. You don't know what's happening. You guys are fine walking direction uh, away from the black spider. Escorted are about at the direction you and Bugbear in very dark fur, ape-like face with tooth. Bugbear holds a great axe. I'm just axe in hands as is back turned to you. Guys are currently roll its max. I'm talking too quiet. You're up, Skullface. What would you like to do? Blah, blah, blah. You currently see the bugbear in front of you. You guys are kind of entering the big cavern. As you guys see the what leftover fight of the ghouls that we had, and their bodies lay about. This cavern is very open, very grand, if you will. And you are currently behind the bugbear as he is leading through safe passage out of the cave. What would you like to do? You're on the first initiative. I asked the bugbear, can we hurry it up? I wish to get home to the tree. All right, the bugbear's movement is 30 feet. I will say 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Get to about right here since you guys are using your turn. 5, 10, 30. Get to about right here. Unless Pro Gamer Gun says she's not following, I will see if she says she's following. That is your turn. We get to Max's turn. Here. I also move to grapple the bugbear. So let's see. 5, 10, 15. I move to grapple the bugbear as well. This is my grapple check. My athletics. Roll the 14 plus my athletics, which is 6. So that's a 20. Bugbear's strength check against his athletics. Rolls an 18. Plus his strength of 2. He meets it. As I move to grab him, again, I hold on to him best I can. I'm going to, as I try to hold on as tight as I can, he breaks out of it and throws me back. As he breaks out of the grapple, that is my turn. Pro Gamer Guns, you are up. You are up, Pro Gamer Guns. That was my turn. Oh, I didn't. Blue? No. Blue will be at the. Blue and Gothics are. Part of me wants to see how far we will go, and if we do it again, or how far this will go if we do it again later, right? Oh, I'm curious to see it too. Very curious. So, Pro Gamer Guns, you guys are heading out of the cave. Bugbear is escorting you guys out. You do not know that the fight is currently going on with Max and Pyro and everybody. Not aware. The last thing you know is that we were waiting for what you guys were doing with the plan, and you guys have seen escorted out of the cave. Bugbear, where are we? How close are we to the exit? The Bugbear looks to you and points. He goes, "Not far, not far." And you guys are about down this way. You guys are actually on a different map. Now at the bottom part of which guys are about right. You're at the cavern that you fought ghouls at, Pro Gamer Guns, with Pyro and Max and everybody. We were on this stairwell and the ghoul running towards us and fucking them up. They kept trying to climb this ledge and kept just shoving them off, and they kept hurt. If that is all you're doing, the Bugbear okay. This Bugbear is going to run. So 5, and as he runs, he gets attack of opportunity from Max and Blue. Max rolls first. 8 plus my 7 or my 6. That is a 14. His armor class is 16. Miss. As he runs off, I swipe and I miss. Blue also does his attack. He rolls a fucking crit fail. As he crit fails and swings, he nicks Max on the side as he kind of swings wide, and Max takes 1 damage. As the Bugbear runs off screaming, "Help! Help!" 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35. We have intruders! As he runs off towards rest of the group. They are now rolled into initiative. Roll 20. 18. They got a high initiative roll. Well, what is it? Okay, so they roll at at that is my turn. That is the Bugbear's turn. It is Blue's turn and Gothic's. I look to them and Blue's like, "We shouldn't follow, my lord. We shouldn't follow." And I look to Blue and I'm like, "I agree. We should get the fuck out of here. We don't know how many reinforcements he's bringing. We don't have the rest of the group." What's the plan, my lord? Says Blue. And I'm like, we should try and evacuate, and we should try and tunnel them in. And we should probably go back a way that we're actually familiar with instead of trying to go a new way. We don't know what we'll run into, so let's go back the way we came. And Blue starts to go that way. 5, 10, 50. Rope. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and that will be the last climb. He has to climb it. Roll. Let's see. Okay. Blue rolls his acrobatics checks. 12. Looking for 15. Athletics is a 3. Look at that. 15. Blue climbs up, gets to the edge of the ledge, and he is on the other side. And he turns around and goes, "Come on, guys!" Okay, that is Blue's. Gothic's as well. Gothic starts to fall. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35, 40. He gets up here with just his whole movement. Oh, crap. Gothic's here in movement length. So crazy. Gothic's also rolls for a acrobatics check. 9. Rolling a 9 acrobatics. 9 plus 7 is a 16. Look at that. He makes it up. He climbs. He meets Gothic's on the way. Cowgirl, same thing. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40, 45, 50, 55. So gets up here right about her 60 for acrobatics check as well. 11 plus her acrobatics. What is your acrobatics? 5. Okay. These guys are. If you're proficient in it, that whatever that number is on the paper. OP, okay. For the N. Is or +1 in its dex, but 9 just beneath skull. The whole rest of them now in new, they're just underneath full face. As Max, I am here. They went Skullface. You're next. You're up. All right, you're up, Skull. What would you guys like to do? Okay. As you guys Skullface, you see the warlock, see the bugbear walking in front of you. You kind of pro gamer guns. You kind of see a couple of stalagmites starting to that are formed on the ground. You didn't notice them before on your first pass through. You kind of look up and around and you see them kind of hanging, and you kind of remember how those creatures were hanging the high end of the roof and attacked us earlier, till we hit the exit. Okay. All right, so you guys get to, or you get to about right here, 5, 10. Okay, so you are on the other side, the bugbear as well. Pro gamer guns, unless I hear any agreement, you guys are following the bugbear out. You guys find yourself 5, 10. Alright, you guys get to about right here. We go back to the group. Alright, so at that, everybody else reacts as the bugbear comes running into the old church atrium, or the old church temple. The bugbear yells out, "We have more intruders!" And the black spider goes, "What?" Goes, "God damn it! Everybody's in this fucking cave!" And so he's like, "Go get them!" And the spiders start to head out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Gets to about right here. 5. Here. Bears can move too. Holy shit. Where'd the other bugbear go? Yoki. Artichoke. The Nesnar uses level 1 spell, or his level 2 spell, and he goes, "Where's my bugbear?" Nesnar goes invisible. Yes, give those. He does level 2 spell and he goes invisible. He disappears. You do not see where he goes. He goes invisible. 5, 10, 15, 30. This bugbear stays behind. This spider stays behind as well. As you kind of hear Nesnar kind of yells and controls them and pays for that spider to stay. The last spider that was in this corner starts to climb down. 5, 10. About right here. You kind of just see as the camera's kind of facing towards the tunnel, just 3 spiders just come tumbling out, giant spiders, as they kind of grab the tunnels and they're kind of walking around the sides as they're pushing. As long as a bugbear is following closely behind, followed by a drow. There are some people heading this way. Max hears this and is like, "Holy shit!" As this group of fucking people come running towards him. I need to see something real quick if I can pull this. Yeah. Little stone that I got. Does that take attunement? Sword of stone, 1 minute. Just don't wait. I'm gonna double check this quick just to make sure I can do this. I want to make sure, right, before I die. Give me a second. I need to this. Show you guys. All right, Mac. I made this secret now. Where did I find you? Find you really quick. Porta Boulder. Man. I had it. I know I had it. Yeah, I didn't. It doesn't have it written down here that it's attunement, so I just want to make sure that I'm not. I just need to make sure this is possible. Okay. Sure. I wrote it down what it does. Not damn thing though in my file. Damn it. All right. So we're just gonna go with that, and then I will change it later. But I would have wrote down attunement if it was. I just wanted to double check, but I do not have it saved. Of course. Saved. Really wish I did. I will double check that later. But okay, so the item I found in that room, it is called a porta boulder. It with the magical word for it to grow, it will grow in a 10-foot cube. It grows from 1 inch instantly into a 10-foot cube, pushing everything out, giving 1d10 bludgeoning damage for any creature in that cube, and pushed away out of its area. If it's between a wall, it gets pushed out to a different area, but it'll take 1 minute to shrink. Its magical word is grow bitch. So, if you could find the amulet of Kalar necklace for giveaway, that would be awesome, right? You ready to be Silver and Molly? Ready to be in your family with me and Silver and Molly, right? Pretty much. Okay. Help me may come over my fear of them. Alright, I tell the bugbear, you must be pretty smart to join such a strong person. And the bugbear looks behind you and he goes, you have no idea. As Maxie gets closer, the spider is going to do a I believe I'm in here you can not within sight. One of them is in sight. I'll say one of the spiders is in sight. Okay. The spider, as it gets closer, it used all its movement to get to me, cannot do its web charge attack, thank God, because it used both its actions it used its action to do dash and get closer to me. Thank God it cannot do its fucking web. That was close. If it could have done its web, I might have been fucked. After that, Nesnar goes. Maxie goes. Maxie sees the horde of people coming towards him and is like, oh fuck. And starts running. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Good. 5, 30, 35, 40. Right? Goes acrobatics check to see if Maxie makes up the wall. Good luck, Maxie. Drum roll, please. Six. Fucking looking for 15 plus my acrobatics is a 12. Maxi does not make it. Maxi falls down and takes 1d10 fucking damage again. Takes 6 damage. 34, 33, 32, 31, 30. After that, it is everybody else's turn. Blue moves to the side, gets into Gothics as well. Pyro moved in to assist Max on the climb up. Move. Pyro and Bullface and Pro Gamer Guns. You guys get to about right here now, following the Bugbear. Oh, let's see. You guys get to about right here, following the Bugbear as he out exit. After that, the spiders start to go. The Bugbear makes it first, so 5. Let's about 30. Gets to about right here using his full spider. 30 gets to about right here. Starting to crawl up the side of the wall is the 2 spiders. Their feet kind of rapidly moving as they kind of turn around the corner, and they're running towards Max and the group. The 2 spiders do their spit attack towards Max, one towards Pyro. First one towards Max. Rolling a 7 plus 5 is 12. That is not going to happen. The first one, spit coming towards Max, hits the wall between as Cowgirl's leaning over. Grab my hand! And you just see this spit of spider spit fly towards, and we look towards just in time to see another one fly. Rolling a 6. What's your armor class? 16. 6 plus 5 is 11. Again, as 2 of the spider webs move and stick right next to Pyro and Max, missing. This one coming 5, 10. This spider gets to about right here. The third one coming right behind the group. To about right here as well. The drow following. And the bugbear. This bugbear stops about right here at the door. And you do not see where Nesnar is. 5, 10, 20. This spider goes up onto the roof and rolls a stealth check. That, and for all you know right now, until you come nearby, you do not see. Okay. Pyro, Skullface, and... Alright. Skullface and Spyra, you guys get to about right here. Not the right. Okay, so you guys get to about have. Guys get to about right here. Okay. It goes to the bugbear is going to attack Max first. 5. Where are we? Some typing. All right. So. Buggy is bugbear. Mr. Valek. Okay. And Mr. Nesnar. Nesnar, would you... Is that? Okay. Or calling Mr. Okay. The bugbear is going to attack Max. All right, so that's a hit. Here, bugbear. Jesus. Bugbear hits Max. All of a sudden, hits Max for 11 damage. Max is going to use a superiority dice to do his parry and knock off a 1d8 plus damage, I believe is how it works. Called. As the bugbear comes down on Max, Max reaching for Cowgirl, the bugbear swinging towards Max. Max sees in the last second and yells out in an echo of flash and lightning goes, "Kilowatt deflection!" And I remove 1 sub dice plus my dex. My dex is 4, so I roll 8 and deflect that much damage off of 5 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11. I only take 2 damage. Six. The spiders are going to attempt to recharge their spider web attack. They need to roll a 5 or a 6. First spider, top one, rolls a 4, does not recharge the spider web. The second spider rolls to recharge its spider web. Second spider gets the recharge. First one is going to be red, blue, and green. All right. The red one is going to 5, 10. 30. Just fucking. Where do they reach? Reach 5 feet. Yep, he can hit me. All right. He's going to do a bite attack against Max, the first spider. Does a 3. Misses his bite attack against Max. Oh, God, as he kind of comes down, Max kind of moves to the side and the spider bites into the ground. The blue spider, 5, 10, going to shoot towards Pyro. Rolls a 2 and misses his attack against Pyro as another blast of spiderweb flies past Megara, hitting the wall near Gothix. The green spider 5, 10, about right here. Going to use his dash action up here and climb the wall. As he climbs the wall, Blue, kind of facing towards the group, all of a sudden sees a spider kind of crawling around the left side as it comes in, is in front of his face now, waiting for an attack. The green spider has did that. Okay. The Drow 5, 10, 5, 30 gets to about right here. Uses his dash action to get about another little bit farther. Or no, he's actually going to right here, and he's going to shoot his bow at Pyro. Rolls a 2. Again, as soon as you dodge the spider web, the arrow comes in the same time, flies right past you as they are making their attempts to get at you. At that, so this is going to be a little tough, guys, because I basically have to roll an entire combat system by myself, and I kind of want to call it since Gothix Blue is not here, and I'm fighting this battle completely by myself. Kind of sucks, so I don't really want to do that. I'd say maybe we should call it, since it's 10:48, pick up next week, and we can pick up where the fight left off, so I don't have to sit here and run and try to figure out everyone's attacks and attack for Blue and Megara and Gothix. Sound okay to you guys? You're basically just going to sit here and watch me play with myself. And I really don't want to do that. But, well, it's their turn right now. It's not your turn. It's Gothix's turn, Pyro, and Blue's turn. It is not your guys' turn right now in initiative. So this is kind of the problem. Is I'm basically doing... I have to... all that crap, and I don't want to do that. For your guys' turn, this part, you guys get a little bit farther, but you guys don't make it to the exit. You guys are you guys get about another 60 feet. 5, 10. Okay. I need acrobatics checks from all of you guys to climb up wall. Just do quick checks. 8 bugbear, he makes it. I know. You guys have to make acrobatics checks, if you will, to climb up here. I'm looking for a 50. Not a 50. Yeah, no. That's fine. He climbed up the he climbed up here for his turn and his movement. He is up here on the ledge. That's fine if you guys want to attack, but he already climbed up and used his up here. You can attack him. I believe you still have only 30 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15. You get up there and attack him. It's not your action. You can attack him if you want. But this is where he is right now. He climbed. Okie dokie. As you guys start to have a little trouble getting up, you guys both are starting to climb up, and you guys both fail by more than 5 numbers. So I have you roll 7 damage. Both of you take 7 damage as you guys fall down. For Gamer Guns, you are at 7 health. Full face, 34, 30. 7. You're at 27 health. The bugbear kind of chuckles and he laughs and he kind of comes over to you guys and he reaches his hand down and he's like, "Here, let me help you." And he gives you advantage on your guys' next roll. Go ahead and roll again. Well, on your next turn, I will have you guys try again with advantage. Okay, he will help you guys up this next time. All right, so I'm in a ditch, right? I'm in a ditch. Well, it's more that I don't want to do this to play by myself, like 3 characters. I don't want to do that. So if they're not here, they're not here. I will. We can pick this up next week. But it really isn't fun for me to do this like this. I don't like it. Or to play 3 people by myself or 4 people and play the enemies. So it's like I'm just sitting here playing by myself. It's not really fun for me to do that. I don't mind what you guys are doing. I know you guys are trying some strategy. That's fine with me. I'm more worried about this scenario with these 3. They know their characters more. They like at least their movesets more. It's harder for me to pull it out a little bit, you know. I don't want to explain myself. All right, guys. Well, it is. I was planning to end it at 11 anyway. I'm trying to do 6 to 11, so I will call it at pretty much for 11 o'clock. Honestly, I kind of feel like still streaming. I kind of want to just play if you guys are okay with that. Like, I'd rather just play a little bit or something. Play a little Far Cry. Or play some Division 2. Skyrim. I'm kind of good on Skyrim right now, Pro Gamer Guns. I have a lot of games to play, and I'd like to play one of my action games. I'll probably play for a little bit, and then I'll just call. Kind of just want to play for a little.
Reports that the Colts beefed up the defenses in all of their outposts countywide. Watch yourself.
Yeah.
Here comes that holy fire. Visual.
much.
I want to straight these centers.
Who won the raffle? Nobody. Nobody entered it. This freaking plane is still... I don't know how I'm gonna take it down with the bow and arrow.
Taking fire.
Or... Ah, I can travel while being shot at. It's okay. How are they doing? Good. Guys just rolled up, didn't they? I'm planning on to be on too long, but... Oh, okay, that works. That was bad. Don't do that.
Deputy, it's Pastor Jerome. If you're getting close to Woodson's pig farm, be careful. Cultists will kill the hostages if they lay eyes on you. You gotta attack quietly. It's their best
Oh crap,
chance
that's
of
a...
survival.
Oh my god, that was...
He's got to be here somewhere.
See if I could throw a rock over here, maybe. To the rock. Gluttony. There he is.
After they see what's left of you,
before. What the hell? Why won't you die? Okay. Okay.
Much appreciated. I ain't gonna let the resistance down. Thank you. That was too
Piggy.
I'm gonna keep on fighting. Thanks. Retreat!
Fuck me! Hope they weren't aiming for me.
Hear the part. Fuck. You idiots. God, quick.
You've done it again, Deputy. Actions like these are sparking the resistance. Those people are stronger today because of you. Just like the story of David and Goliath.
What?
You're inspiring real courage. Keep it up.
Get him. Good.
You've shielded the flock from the wicked, and now we fight back
Is
with
he?
the strength of God's almighty fist. People from
Weird.
all walks of life have
That's
joined
weird.
the resistance, eager to conquer
It was a
injustice.
nice stream, everyone, but I do have to go to bed. Have fun, Maxamillios playing with himself. Yeah. You have a good night, Programmer Guns. Thanks everything for the biddies and stuff. Have a good night. Get some rest. Call it here in about 10 more minutes.